ask for eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart full of understanding. I thank you for the messages that come through and ask that you deliver them to those that need them. Thank you. All right, guys, we are doing your love life, strengths and weaknesses. This is good for anybody. Doesn't matter if you are in a relationship or not, because this is about you and the way you are within your love life. So we have 4 piles this time. I chose to go with the elements: air, fire, earth, and water. And I also grabbed some random tarot cards. So each pile gets its own tarot deck, and I will show you what those are. So yeah, let's do those first, and then I'll show you the stones, the gems, the crystals. Okay, so air, pile 1, you have the sun. And you have a Celestite or Celestine heart. Pile 2, fire, you have the Knight of Swords. And you have a Carnelian heart, which is a little lighter on this side, a little darker on this side. Pile 3, earth, you have the moon. Interesting. And you have a smoky quartz pillar. Pile 4, water, you have Ace of Feathers. And you have an amethyst pillar. This is a very dark amethyst. And if you would like to choose with your zodiacs, let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so 3 each. Pile 1, Pisces, Scorpio, and Capricorn. Pile 2 is Libra, Gemini, and Taurus. Pile 3 is Aquarius, Virgo. And sorry, I'm a Virgo. You guys, I don't follow this stuff as closely as I probably should. My brain just doesn't keep all the information sometimes, but I do know my sign is an earth sign, so it's funny that Virgo is here. Sagittarius, and for pile 4, we have Aries, Leo, and Cancer. Okay, guys. Take whatever time you need to, pause if you want, and timestamps are down in the description. I'll see you at your pile. Alrighty, pile 1 with air. You have your Celestine heart. Pisces, Capricorn, and Scorpio. There we go. Your air card. You know what? I'm going to put this over here on this side. So I have some oracle cards, and then we also have your tarot of Tarot of the Divine. And you've got 2 of those. Okay. We will get into those in a second. Okay. Grace. Lovely. Heal. The Herald. The Dancer. Duel, and New Directions. Okay, and then we're going to do strengths and weaknesses. Get your tarot cards out. They are going to, one side will represent one, whereas the other side will represent the other. Any of these? No. That's definitely one. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what these are. So this is your weakness. This is your strength side. We have 6 of Coins and Knight of Cups. And with Strength, we have, I'm not doing reversals, we have 5 of Cups and 7 of Coins. Okay. If you are into numerology, let me get you your numbers. 6, obviously, 24, 45, 21, 5, and 7. Oh, let me read you this just in case you're interested. I want to try and give you as much as I possibly can. Even if I don't use this for the reading, it might have words in it that mean something to you. So, the frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. That's lovely. I do need to, I am feeling called to read on this one because I am not connecting to the words that are underneath here. I feel like it's like there's something else rather than what they've put down here for it. Just in case you need it, their herald says small regrets and longing, and the dancer says self-expression and strength. So let me grab the book and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so yeah, I'm not super feeling the words down here, small regrets and longing. It's really more the heralding of a change, the bringing in something different, and you've got new direction right underneath it. So that's fairly obvious. Your own love life. I'm feeling so far, I want to get to these in a bit later. I'm going to do the oracle cards first, but this grace towards your own healing within your love life. And I do feel that this is not a shout out to you, rather an encouragement to give yourself grace through your healing. That change is coming on, but you are the herald. You are the dancer. You have to decide that you want this change. Okay, as soon as I came over to dual, I got dueling nature. You might be one, yeah, that makes sense with the air card. You might be one that has a difficult time with going back and forth between head and heart. Okay. Okay. So one of the things that I'm getting is this a period of a time of hibernation that's about healing. And then once you've done that, once you've felt all your feels, you are coming out into a space of working on it. This is perseverance, and this is basically like regret, depression, the hard feelings. And this is a strength of yours. You are willing to commit to getting through, to getting to the other side, to putting the work in, to fighting if you have to. Okay, we will come back to that. We are coming now over to your weakness, and it's so funny because these cards do not seem like, how on earth could this be a weakness? Well, you know. So basically both these cards are about being generous. about giving. And there might be for you within your love life a holding back, withholding your heart. It's that battle between heart and head, right? You might want to be in the relationship, but you're not fully giving yourself. You're not fully giving your heart. You're protecting it. Does hurt a little. Sorry, I'm taking a moment for you guys. It's that's a difficult one, you know? How do you work on giving your heart and when it doesn't necessarily always feel safe, right? So are you your own safe space? Can you be that for yourself? Do you trust yourself? Is that what you need to be working on? For others, it's not so much a giving of the heart, but you could possibly work on being a little bit more like affectionate. You know, everybody has a different love language. The thing is that if you try and give someone the way that you feel loved and it's not their way, it's not going to work. They're not going to feel loved. So if you're with someone that affection is one of the ways they feel loved, but it's not for you, you still need to work on giving affection if you want them to feel loved. Otherwise, I mean, straight up, I'm being honest with you guys. If you're not willing to do that, you're not in the right relationship. It's not the one for you. I know this is life. It's easier said than done, me sitting here telling you things, but that's the case. I will say I am getting new direction now suddenly. Right after saying that, I was drawn to this card. Um, so either what I said would be a new thing for you to try, or it was a signifying truth in this may not be the right relationship for you. Mind you, only you guys know this. It's general reading. I can't tell you exactly. Different people have different situations, but yeah. When you are this air is all about the intellect, communication, and I do feel for some of you that you're great at communicating. Like you can talk about stuff all you want, but actually having the feeling behind it, I feel like this is a strength for you to work through it, but not with others. That's not easy for you. To trust your partner to have your back, to trust your partner to still be there when all your feelings come out. For some reason, there is shame within that. Yeah, healing, and this, we've got the emotions here, the tear. And even with the moon signifies sometimes mystery. There may even be things that you're just not aware of that you're holding back. I will say that we can try to force things. We can try to talk about it. And if the feelings don't come up, they don't come up. I don't know how to force feelings. I really don't. But when you find a person that you trust, you'll notice the feelings start to come up because it's like, oh, this person's safe. This I can cry about this now. You know, I find this card really interesting because it says duel, but it doesn't look like they're fighting to me. It almost looks like they're hugging. They're in a vulnerable state. Is that even... I'm trying to make it in focus for you guys. It takes so much strength to be committed to fight through the difficulties. I do feel, you know, it's kind of funny. This is the biggest card here, and I do feel like this is the biggest piece, is giving yourself grace. Do you let others have grace? Do you give others grace for their emotions, for their journey through life? I do feel a little tiny bit of a reminder coming in of nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. There's always something to work on. And so sometimes it's nice to take a break. I did feel a bit of that like hibernation stage with you guys. It's nice to just go, you know what? I just need to like vegetate, you know, grab some chocolate and wine and watch a movie and not focus on anything for a while. That is more than okay. The stress that we carry in our bodies, sometimes we just need to go bleh and not care about anything. But then you'll feel it. You'll feel it come on and the time will change. And that oh, see, and now I'm seeing this. Now I'm seeing there are two snakes here that are intertwined, and they both contain the light and the dark. Okay, so now I just felt my throat chakra close, which usually signifies either I'm not, like I'm talking truth and something doesn't want me to, or you have a difficult time communicating perhaps the dark side. Maybe you think everything's supposed to, good vibes only kind of thing, you know? We have both. Everybody has both. Everybody has both. Let me tell you, oh my God. So in one of my relationships, like 10 years ago, I was was sitting at a table trying to discuss these like amazing important things in life, and I was letting out like, hey, yeah, I've had a dark past and I've had some things happen. And I'm like, what about you? You know, any dark stuff going on? And he literally was like, I don't have any darkness in me. And I should have known right there and then that, okay, maybe I'm not in the right relationship. Don't keep going. Everybody does somewhere. It just, if people don't believe that, it means you have not dug down deep enough into your soul. You have not committed to being aware of yourself and learned from the hardships, because everybody has hardships. Everybody has hardships somewhere. Even if you think yours aren't as hard as somebody else's, it was still hard for you somewhere. Something was. If you got bullied at school, or your parents were neglectful. I mean, maybe they didn't like technically abuse you, they didn't hit you, but maybe they just never really paid attention to you. That's hard. That's hard as heck. Your feelings are valid. All right, so really quick to sum it up to make sure you guys you got everything. Give yourself grace. At some point you are going to feel this time of like change. Let's commit to this. You've got it. You've got the strength. You are the dancer. You are this fighter. You persevere through the difficult stuff. And to perhaps focus on trying to be giving in the way that others need it, which means you need to figure out what that is. You need to find out, or be more giving with your own heart, being more vulnerable with it. So, okay, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing they want me to point out, just in case you aren't aware. The wow, my brain just left me. Celestine here, or also called Celestite. It signifies communication with the divine. And interesting, which I did not do this on purpose, guys, but this tarot deck is called Tarot of the Divine. And you've got air, which is intellect and communication, and air up. You know, we think of air, we think of upwards for divine. So there's a lot of synchronicity there that I did couple these two together, but I did not even pay attention at all to the tarot deck that I was using. So anyway, that is it, guys. I hope this has been a benefit. I hope you will use it to the best of your ability. So much love for you. And I hope that you feel blessed. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Alrighty, pile 2, my fire people, with your Carnelian heart. If you chose with your zodiac, we have Libra, Gemini, and Taurus. Your fire card, which I'm going to go ahead and put over here. And then we have some oracle cards and your tarot deck, which is the Mind's Eye Tarot. We've got strength, empathy, haha, all right. The hunter. For some reason, I really want to put these like this. Huh, okay. So we've got the hunter, 2 paths, and the observer. And then we will have strengths and weaknesses with the tarot. 2 different piles that will tell us a bit about them. Okay. Judgment and 10 of Wands. Oh, this is strengths, this is weaknesses. These 2? Yes, okay. 9 of Cups and 8 of Cups. They said to take them, so I will take them. All right, if you are into numerology, let me get you your numbers. We have 9, 8, 38, 19, 50, 10, and 20. I'm going to settle into your energy. All right. I may or may not use what's down here, but I want to read it to you just in case something in it is significant for you. It says, the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. Interesting. I find it really interesting that strength came out with fire. Because, you know, you think of fire as like power and volcano and just strength, passion. I did feel when I settled into your energy, it felt like this turning of like warm air that was reaching out and touching. Just gentle touches, but like wanting all of it, wanting to experience all. It was interesting. That reminds me of this hunter card, that energy. Hunting, like you, and not in like a creepy way, in like a gatherer, basically, hunter and gatherer, like you're just gathering. You want these over here and these ones over there. I'm wondering, I wanted these to go under this, but I'm feeling this, as in there's 2 paths, both the hunter and the observer. But perhaps it's also the hunter wants all the paths. If you have 2 paths to take, which do you take? You want to take all of them because you observe. You like watching, you like seeing, you like understanding. It also helps you with your empathy. It gives you empathy. You also might be an empath, which is why all of this is coming out. But that's, yeah. Okay. I think this is a really fascinating card. It's look at this, like, I don't know, it's supposed to be red hair, if it's even hair at all. Almost looks like a mantis head on top of her head, but an angel. She's an angel with her trumpet calling us forward for judgment. And then you have the Ten of Wands, which is very much about being overwhelmed. And which is so interesting to me, guys, that this is your strength and this is your weakness pile. So you've got this overwhelmed card in your strengths and judgment. And so within your love life, I do think that because the type of energy you have, that like the being the observer, the hunter, wanting to see everything, wanting to try everything, that you do become overwhelmed because you can only take in so much. It's only, and this is not a weakness. This is the thing. They're trying to show you, I think, the strength of how you are. And what I'm getting is that although you become overwhelmed, oh, I don't know if I finished that statement, also because of empathy, because you are close with your loved ones. You are within your love life. You're passionate, intense, close. It can still be gentle. These are things going on inside of you. And so that feeling of being overwhelmed, you are a wise judge of. It's like you're able to see it and go, okay, that's how I'm feeling right now. Let's take a break. I got this. You know, it's okay. I know how to deal. You may not, I'm not sure about your actions, but I do know that at least within yourself, you do know how to view this. You know why you're feeling overwhelmed. You know that, just releasing a couple of these things might make you feel better. Whether you do it or not, that's another story. But you can at least view it from a higher place. Look at this, being the observer, looking at this overwhelmed person. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups for your weakness. And I choose not to have the cards reversed because I already know, like, okay, we're looking for weakness. So I might take reversals on some and not on others, depending on where it's landed. With the Eight of Cups, we've got like escapism kind of thing. And with the Nine of Cups, do I take this as the discontent is what I'm getting. Discontent. So something in your love life, whether it was in the past or currently, you are discontent about, and you chose escapism. You chose to dive into something that would kind of try to take your mind off of it. But as this empathic person that you are, it doesn't really work, right? It's still there at the end of the day, the discontent. It can relieve you for a time, but it doesn't go away. So what I'm receiving is their encouragement to remember who you are. Remember that you are this gentle soul, but that is so strong. And because of this, to face this instead of escaping. There's a difference, right? There's a difference between needing a break because you've been overwhelmed and maybe your body is stressed out, so you just need to vegetate, versus I don't want to deal with these emotions, so I'm going to try and escape them by doing something else. And I think okay. I think that for a lot of you, this is a past issue and you have grown from it. And I feel like it's more of a shout out to you. For some of you, you are in a situation where it's like the feeling. What is the feeling like? It's like being stuck, and you're not seeing a way to, like, it's like the saying hurry up and wait. Like, you're ready, you're good to go, but you have to wait. You can't do anything. You have to sit there. So let's go play video games. Let's go eat ice cream. Let's go, avoiding this feeling of having to wait, of having to be here, of having to sit in it. And you know what? Even though this is considered a weakness, I don't think that's that bad. Honestly, guys, I don't think it's that bad. So maybe you're judging yourself a bit harshly if you are, but it's... Okay, yeah, and now I was being drawn to the fact that I was just tapping on this card, the two paths. Which path are you going to take? There's something about this escapism that they're saying there's two ways to look at it. They're saying there's two ways to go. Look for the way to relieve yourself of the burden. Look for the way to, is there a way out? Is it a perspective switch? Is it a reframing it in your mind, or looking through a different lens, talking to different people who might have a more positive attitude about it? Whatever it is. And I'm not saying that we should always be positive, because the truth is that's not life. But if you're stuck, then you might need to bring in a more positive outlook. Yeah, that felt right. That felt very right when that came out. Okay, and now I'm being drawn to fire and what it represents. Sorry, I paused for a second because the garbage truck was going by, and even though you didn't hear it, it was very loud for me. Anyway, fire and what it represents. And the words that are coming are passion and creativity. So I do feel like, yep, see, there you go. There's your path. There's another perspective. If you are stuck in a situation that you can't really see getting yourself out of, and it's one of those things where you have to wait because of things that are outside of your control. It might be that you are a minor and you can't move out yet. You know, it might be that you're waiting to hear about a job, but it's taking forever, or about an award of some kind, or of money, or whatever, you know, heck, medical stuff, trying to find out what you're being diagnosed with. You're stuck. You can't do anything about it yourself. They are now encouraging passion and creativity. Get into your creative side. And we've got a photographer right here. We've got music playing right here. We've got and now I'm seeing this suddenly as someone that's like going jogging, like they're maybe pick up a healthy habit. Easier for some than others. Make some candles. There's a lot of things that maybe you can find a different hobby that you've never done before that you're actually really into. I know this is supposed to be about your love life, guys, and your strengths and weaknesses, but you know what? Spirit takes us different places sometimes. So that's what's going on there. Within your, just as a reminder though, within your love life, you are a good judge of when you become overwhelmed, too stimulated, basically. Your body's stressed, whatever it is, you need a break. And to honor yourself with that, like that's good stuff to know. That's great, because then you don't get burnout, you know? And then we did, and just as a reminder, talking about escapism, being discontent somewhere in your love life, whether it was the past or currently. If currently, have the strength to come forward and talk about it. You are that empathic hunter observer that wants to gently gather everything. It was really beautiful, guys. I wish I could put a picture to it for you. Like just embers floating, circling in the air, and just gently, oh, I want that. Give me that. Is there anything else, please? Some of you, wow, and that hurts my heart now. Okay, this is not going to be easy for some of you. Remember, guys, general reading, this is not everybody, but some of you are needing to hear that it's okay to be alone. You don't have to be in a relationship. It's okay. And whatever has gone on in your life to teach you, or maybe it's an unconscious thing that you feel like you always need to be with somebody, you don't. You don't always need that. It feels like a very obvious thing to say, right? And most people would be like, of course. But within your heart of hearts, do you feel that it's okay? Truly? Or is that scary? Because for some of you, I'm feeling it, guys. For some of you, that's scary, not having a partner. So there's a little tidbit for you to work on there. Feel out, see where it goes. Okay, I think that is it. Yes, it's been cleared. All right, guys, I truly hope this is a blessing for you. I hope that you do with it what you can. I hope it spoke to you. I also really hope that you feel seen, heard, loved, cherished, and all those good things. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Alrighty, pile 3 with your Smoky quartz. Try and get you a better view of this. And if you chose with your zodiac, we have Virgo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Your Earth card. We have some Oracle cards and Tarot, which will give us the strengths and weaknesses. We will have 2 different sections for those. So, duality. Interesting. Okay. Soul. Hua. The Alkalite. Compromise. And Lullaby. Okay. And then we will have strengths and weaknesses. Just so you know, as I do this, I am not going to have the reversals facing any direction. We will see if I take them just based on where they land. But, yes, okay. There we go. Okay. The Hanged Man. And 3 of Wands. And we have Justice and the Ace of Cups. Okay, if you are into numerology, let me get you some numbers. We have 11, 1, 18. That doesn't have a number. 38, 3, 12. Oh, and may or may not take the meaning down here, but just in case it speaks to you somehow. The frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. Okay. The Alkalite here says new projects and learning. It's interesting with compromise and duality popping up. I'm going to ask for pile 3's energy, please. It does feel a bit timid. Not timid, just quiet and solid. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to your strength side first. So, with the Hanged Man, I get patience, change of perspective, willing to look at all the sides. And with the 3 of Wands, this like the smoke is coming out and expanding. So it's like you're willing to expand yourself. If within your love life you are willing to learn new roles and experience new things, and your relationships don't all have to be the same. You know, it's, you know that everything's going to be different. Each person has their way, and you doesn't have to stick. You can try different things. And the having the patience and the being willing to look from a different perspective, from their perspective, to truly see where they're coming from. It's really beautiful, you guys, really beautiful. I am struggling with the weakness part here, to be completely transparent to you guys. Because what the cards are telling me is that you're being dishonest with your emotional life somehow. Your spiritual life, your emotional life. There it went. There it went. Okay. Okay, sometimes that's how it is. I just need to start talking and then the information comes. You are not consciously aware of, now again, general reading, so this is it's gonna branch out. It's gonna be different for different people. For some of you, it's your spiritual life and how it affects your partners. And for some of you, or yourself with your partners, and for some of you, it's your emotional life. Now, sometimes these are kind of interconnected and everything, but not being aware of it, it's not like this is your fault. It's nothing like that. It's just that because you don't see it. Which is funny because you're all about looking for the different perspective. But this one trips you up. Especially what I got, and now I'm getting a relation to the soul. Okay. You don't always see your spiritual side. It's, for some of you, it's a matter of arguing between head and heart. Is this real? Is this actual reality? How can this be? We're taught so many things, and what's science, and going that route, versus I have these experiences that I can't explain, but let me just trust. There's that duality, right? And it really brings in with the soul, because it is deep. It is deep, this stuff. It's not a surfacey, easy thing for you to notice. Sorry, I'm being led somewhere else now, but I'm trying to catch the... I am getting this message of to be open to new things. You are, but open up more. Have curiosity, like this needs to be your new mantra or whatever you want to call it. Put a plaque somewhere, be curious. Be curious first. Judge later. I'm not saying that judgment isn't always a bad thing. We need it in order to know whether we're on a good path or not, but be curious first. I do feel that with this group, there's my heart now. Okay. With this group, there's a fight for whether you're going to be curious or judge first. It's like they come at the same time. You've really got this duality card going. Like, this is heavy. You get all the perspectives, right? It's like they all come in at once, and you're, which do I go with? They're saying to calm that down. This is where the lullaby is coming in. This is what I'm getting. Because, yeah, there's like the moon on here, which sometimes talks about like the spiritual life, mysteries, intuition, that kind of stuff. To calm that down, calm that energy down. Be just curious, softer. Curious is softer. Judgment is harsher, right? Of an energy. because this is how you are with yourself, you might sometimes be this way with others. Again, I am not being like, your fault. This is just, we all have weaknesses, and they're pointing out that, oh, you know, maybe now that you know this, you can kind of be more aware of it. I think you are. Some of you, you definitely are already aware that this is what's happening. How do we, we already said, okay. The way we fight that is the be more curious thing. Also have compromise be sorry, things are starting to jump now. I'm not even finishing my sentences. Let compromise and be curious be like your new mantras, guys. Bring that in as like a gift. Bring that in as you are this amazing, caring, patient soul. So bring these things in and remember to look at others and yourself with a kind eye. I am in no way implying that you are harsh on other people. My guess is you might be harsh on yourself, because we all tend to be in some form. But doesn't mean you're being harsh. I'm just saying, remember to be more kind. Remember to have that as like the forefront. Your spiritual, the fact that you have soul come up and the Ace of Cups, which is like your emotional life or spirituality, those both coming up, and also expansion card and the Hanged Man. It's like you are a very spiritual person, and so no matter what, this is going to affect your love life because this is a part of who you are. So again, it's not that you're being dishonest with yourself, it's just you're not always aware. There could even be, sorry, I'm getting a tinge of like a trauma response in here kind of thing. Everything we do for the safety of our own self, right? Self-preservation, for the most part. Shouldn't say everything, but for the most part. Especially if it's unaware, it's for self-preservation. I'm getting this like gift giving for some reason. I've said it several times, and I've done this, and there's these like hands on the alkalite, like there's this jar, but it's almost like it's more of a gift than, there's something about that. It might be that gifts could be part of your love language or your partner's love language, whether that's past or future. Is there anything? Okay, I am. This is the second time I've been told to get a new card, get more cards out. So, are we getting one of the other decks? We're using tarot. Okay. Alrighty. We are getting more cards out for you. For some reason, I don't know where they're gonna go, but this one, and I am feeling one more. Take that one. There's two here. Which one? That one. Okay. We have the 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. Okay. Wish these cards were not quite so bended. They're all bendy. Well, alrighty. You guys get a little extra snippet here. I don't feel that this is truly about, well, okay, shouldn't say that because everything is interconnected, but I do feel like this is not like strictly strengths, weaknesses. It's actually more just you had some dark times within your love life, and you've been growing, expanding, waiting patiently. And you are about to, either you just have, or you're about to, or it's coming, have what you've always wanted, basically, within your love life. You've done the work. You've gone through the crap, and you've grown from it, and you've gathered in what you needed to learn about yourself and work on everything, and now you're going to be quite happy. You've got this oasis, this amazing spring in the middle of a desert. And honestly, with this, I really get the feeling of like people actually being envious of your relationship. But the thing is, you know, maybe someday you'll share your story that you got to go through the crap before you can get to the good. Because we all do. We don't just come out perfect. You know, we got to learn and grow and go through our stuff. But yeah, that's a little extra snippet with your love life. I'm really glad that they offered that to you guys, to just, as I guess, as a reminder. I feel like you kind of already know this. I do. I feel like this is not news to you. Well, especially if you watch these readings and stuff, it's probably not news to you. But always nice to get that reminder or the synchronicities. Anything else, please, for pile 3, my earth people? Anything else? Oh, okay. I was drawn to this just now, and what I got from it was that what you find beautiful, others may not always see the same way. And it's just that felt sad for some reason. It's not sad. It's not sad. It's everyone has their differences, and everybody has the things that they like. And sometimes those, are very different from the person next to us. So it's just a reminder, though, that this person is going to shine for you, but it may not shine for everybody. He, she, they may not shine for everybody. I don't like saying it. They might see the holes and the cracks. You might see the glimmer, right? And that's how they're going to see you too. Hopefully you guys get a full view of each other. Anyway, that is it. I do feel like the energy cleared. So I hope this was a benefit to you guys. I hope that you feel seen, heard, blessed, loved, cherished, all those amazing things. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okie dokie. Pile 4 with your amethyst. If you chose with your zodiac, we've got Leo, Aries, and Cancer. And you have your water card. We'll put there. We have some oracle cards we will be using. Oh, you got 2 of those. Okay. And you have your tarot deck that we will be using to define the strengths and weaknesses. Oh. That's lovely. Tenderness. Impulse. The King. How do I want to do these? Okay. The art of seduction. Alrighty. Sacrifice and sleeper. Okay, let's go ahead and get your tarot out. Yes, okay. Alrighty. So this is your strength, those are your weaknesses. And we've got 5 of feathers, Knight of acorns, Ace of acorns, and the Sun. Okay. So if you are into numerology, let me get you numbers. We have 5, 40, 14, 28, 18, 1, and 19. I do want to settle into your energy here. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and read this just in case something means something to somebody. The energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. It's so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? The king says control, reversal of fortune. I may not use these because those don't feel like they're sticking for me. Okay. Okay, I do immediately feel an expectation for your partner to be skilled, for lack of a better term. The art of seduction, to come across a certain way, to be debonair, to be the king of your world, you know, this big thing that it feels like there's a grip on that, like that's what you really want. And oh, I need to sit with that a bit. Okay. So this is coming into your weakness category. I'm laughing only because I feel the what? Because like it's almost like, well, yeah, damn straight I should want someone like that. Let me explain. Let me explain. So it does feel like it's coming into this side, this what it related to was this card, the Knight of Acorns, action and drive. And it was like this determination. That's what I'm going to have no matter what. This is what I have to have. And the reason this is coming into the weakness area is because it's not allowing for flow. It's not allowing for someone to be not perfect. It's not allowing for the truth of life, right? We can be attracted. Let's just give an example. If you've ever met a celebrity in real life, you see them a certain way on social media or whatever, interviews, yada yada, and they seem this way, and then you meet them in real life and they're not. They're not that way. People act a certain way in public, and it's not always the same in your personal life, in just a one-on-one situation. So even though it's perfectly fine to be attracted to this kind of energy, it's not perfectly fine to absolutely expect it. Having that kind of expectation, it's rigidity, you know, and when there's rigidity, there's no flow, and you become stagnant. Yeah. So that being said, that might be something you want to reconsider. Not necessarily that the attraction, you can't help what you're attracted to. That's okay. It's just the demand of someone being this way. Or at least maybe, you know, hey, I like this energy, but it's okay if they're not always like this, right? To not be turned off or let down by them not always being that way. Because people have different facets. We go through different things. We sometimes have different energies. Our emotions are all over the place. We need to allow, right? Now, I find it funny that I needed to say this because I mean, you're such a tender person. It's like you have all this love for people and tenderness for them. But that's a thing for you. This is an area for you, which is really interesting. Are we connecting? There also might be a little bit of coping, something to do with coping within the waves of the love life. There's something about you're really affected. You're really affected, and it feels sometimes it feels bigger than it might be, right? You'll have the emotions, but then you'll kind of come out of it and you're like, oh, okay. Done now. Yeah. I need some clarity, please, on the sacrifice and sleeper card. Okay, so they just told me to look what's next to them, this direction. So it is tying back into what we said earlier. And when it says sacrifice, I'm getting more of this like let go of, like you can move on. You let go of your king because they're not this certain energy. Um, their energy is sleeper to you. It's boring. It's not what you want. You're not taken up and swept off your feet. And, you know, this is such a difficult thing, guys, because who doesn't want to be swept off their feet? Who doesn't? We all do. Everybody, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever, we all want that. But the thing is there's some particular specific hold on this for you guys that is like you just poo-poo everyone else unless they have this real, like they gotta check off every single box and be in this little list of things. And you're letting go of someone that would be really great for you, really great for you, because you're not immediately swept off your feet. This being swept off your feet can grow. That can change. Just like if you have what you're expecting in the beginning, that can change and go the opposite direction. So I think overall, they're just wanting you to be a little bit more open, to different types, to seeing if your feelings can go somewhere without having the perfect person. I hope you saw the air quotes there. Perfect. I do want to get on to your positives now because I feel like we're concentrating too much on this and I don't want to do that. Okay. We have the Ace of Acorns and the Sun. And I will tell you, this is what I initially felt when I felt your energy. I felt joy. I felt this like, when you shine, you freaking shine. You're so, just, it blasts out there. A creative force, confidence, vitality, and joy. That's what these are saying here. This is one of the things that your partner loves about you, whether it's in the past, the future, current. They adore the spirit that you have, that you carry with you. That tenderness. Can I please have more on? Okay. All right. We got the Hermit, which is number 9, and it's all about wisdom and contemplation, going inward. So they're throwing out there also that you really do have the ability to work on yourself, to look and see where things could change, where you're more impulsive and maybe you should be more, what's the opposite? My God, my brain just left. Controlled? Not controlled, but patient, more aware. So yeah, you have the ability to take in the knowledge, the wisdom, to go into yourself, to apply it to yourself. I am now being brought over here to, instead of looking at this as a weakness, we are now looking at it as a positive strategy. You can strategize. And within your love life, what we're meaning there is that with the Hermit and strategy, that means you know how to apply these things, these lessons to yourself so that you are a better partner. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. I am now being pointed out to all the different amethysts that are out here. We've got several happening. And what I heard was dreamy. Your partner, whether it's past, future, current, sees you as dreamy. there anything else, please? Anything else? Okay. I am hearing, okay, so two things. First, the first that happened was that I was directed towards the water card, which represents emotions, your emotional life. And then I heard your weaknesses can become strengths because you are determined and willing to work. You've got this action and drive. Again, these are now becoming strengths. These action, drive, determination, strategy, resilience. You can make what you might see as a fault become a positive thing in your life. And I do feel like that seems to relate to emotions because this was brought up right before that. I think it just takes that strategizing, that going within, contemplating, strategizing how you can do so. So if you do have really strong emotions that happen, how can you help yourself with that? How can you because okay, it is not good to not have them, right? It's not good to throw them out. It's not good to ignore them. But it's also not good to stick in them and allow them to control you. So I guess that's the key here. If they are in a way controlling you, if you act out of impulse because of your emotions, there needs to be some kind of way to like click for you and remind you to like calm, you know, get yourself away from the situation, let yourself have them, but then calm and then take action. So, and that can even be in your communication. You might be the kind of person that needs to say, you know how I am. I get emotional, so I need to relax first and then we can talk about it. Or process through with other people and then go to this other person, the person you were talking with, whatever it is. There are plenty of resources out there to help with this. So Google magic, whatever you want to say there. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay, that cleared. So guys, I really hope this has been a blessing for you. I hope that you feel seen, loved, heard, cherished, all those amazing things. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.